Hello and welcome to the White Coat Classroom. In this module, we would be studying about the tibia. Tibia is also known as the shin bone. It is present in the medial side of the leg. It is homologous with the radius bone of the upper limb. Let's study the side determination of the tibia. So for that, we must know the upper end of tibia and the lower end of tibia. So the larger part is the upper end of tibia, while the smaller part is the lower end of tibia. In the lower end of tibia, there is extension. This extension is present on its medial side and it is called as the medial malleolus. So this is the lower end and this is the medial malleolus. The next thing is on the anterior aspect of tibia, superiorly we have presence of this tuberosity. This is the tibial tuberosity. And just below it we have anterior border which is sharp in nature. So for the sake of determination of upper and lower part, the upper part is expanded, lower part is smaller in size. For the determination of medial and lateral side, the medial side has malleolus. For the anterior and posterior, what we must remember is the anterior border is the sharpest border. Along with that, there is presence of tibial tuberosity in the upper part. For the sake of clarification, we will be using this representation for side determination. So we are seeing this person from the anterior aspect. This is the right side of person. This is the left side of person. So for now, I am supposing this tibia to be tibia of right side. So if this is tibia of right side, we have placed the upper end properly. The upper end is expanded. The lower end is smaller. The next thing is we have kept tibial tuberosity on the anterior aspect and a sharp anterior margin over the anterior aspect. That is again correct. But talking about the medial malleolus is now in the lateral position with respect to this person. Because of it, it can't be the right tibia. Now, supposing it to be left tibia, this is the upper part, this is the lower part. The next thing is, this is the tibial tuberosity and anterior tibial line. Next thing is, this is the medial malleolus, and medial malleolus is in the medial side with respect to this person. So this tibia belongs to the left side. Now, let's learn the features about tibia. So starting with the upper end of tibia, the upper end of tibia bears the two condyles, the medial condyle and the lateral condyle. These two condyles overhang the posterior surface. So this is the anterior surface as we are appreciating tibial tuberosity and sharp anterior margin. So turning it slightly from side view, what we are observing is this is the anterior surface, this is the posterior surface. So the two condyles are overhanging below the posterior surface. Now what we are appreciating is tibia from the superior aspect. This is the anterior part, posterior part, lateral one, and that is the medial side. So on the medial side, we are appreciating the medial condyle. The medial condyle is larger than the lateral condyle and it is longer in antero-posterior axis. The central part of the medial condyle is depressed and it articulates with the medial condyle of femur. The peripheral part of the articular surface is flat and this peripheral part articulates with the medial meniscus of the knee joint. Talking about the anterior aspect, on the anterior and medial aspect, what we have is the numerous foraminas, and these are nothing but the presence of vascular foraminas. While on the posterior aspect, we have presence of a groove. Posterior aspect, it is a groove which is present. While talking about its lateral margin, the lateral margin is elevated and it covers the intercondylar tubercles. Now, talking about the lateral condyle, this is the lateral condyle. The lateral condyle is circular in outline. Lateral condyle also has a central depressed part which articulates with the lateral condyle of the femur, while the peripheral part is flat which articulates with the lateral meniscus of the knee. Talking about its lateral border, this is the lateral border and this is the medial border. The medial border is elevated and it again covers the intercondylar tubercles. About its posterior-inferior aspect, on the posterior-inferior aspect, there is presence of a facet. So there is presence of a facet which articulates with the fibula bone. And the lateral condyle overhangs the shaft more than the medial condyle. Talking about the intercondylar area, this is the intercondylar area. It is rough superiorly and it is narrowest in the middle part and it is wider both anteriorly as well as posteriorly. After studying about both the condyles and the intercondylar area, we will be studying about the tibial tuberosity. The tibial tuberosity, it is present in the anterior aspect of tibia. So, inferiorly, it is continuous with the anterior border of the shaft of tibia, and the tibial tuberosity is divided in two parts, the upper part and the lower part. The upper part is smoother part, while the lower part is a rough part. Now, let's study about the shaft of tibia. The shaft of tibia bears the three borders and the three surfaces. Talking about the borders, we have anterior border, the interosseous border, and the medial border. Starting with the anterior border, the anterior border is a very sharp border, so we can appreciate it by tilting slightly. So we can appreciate this border. This is a very sharp border. The shin of tibia, which can be palpated, is nothing but the anterior border of the tibia. Talking about the anterior border arises from the lower part of tibial tuberosity. So this is the tibial tuberosity. Just below it arises the anterior border. The anterior border is convex medially in the upper part. So this is the medial side and it is convex like this in the upper part. So it is convex medially in the upper part, while in the lower part, as we proceed downwards, it is convex laterally and it terminates by continuing as the anterior border of the medial malleolus. So this is the medial malleolus. So it terminates by becoming the anterior border of the medial malleolus. After the anterior border, let's appreciate the medial border. So this is the medial border. It is somewhat rounded and it arises from the medial condyle above. So this is the medial condyle above. It arises from the lower part of the medial condyle, runs downward, and it continues as the posterior border of the medial malleolus. So this is the medial malleolus. So it continues as the posterior border of the medial malleolus. So the interosseous border arises from the lower part of the lateral condyle, below and anterior to the fibular facet. So here runs the interosseous border. So this is the interosseous border. It runs like this downwards and it continues as the anterior border of the fibular notch. So this is the fibular notch. It continues as the anterior border of the fibular notch. Let's appreciate the surfaces. This is the anterior border, this is the medial border, and this is the interosseous border. So between the anterior and the medial border, we have as the medial surface, and the medial surface is subcutaneous. Between the anterior border and interosseous border, we have is the lateral surface. So this surface is the lateral surface. So the lateral surface is concave in its upper part. In the upper 3/4, it is concave, while in the lower part, it faces forwards. Now, between the interosseous border and the medial border, we have as the posterior surface. So this is the posterior surface, and the posterior surface is wide in its upper part. So over here, it is wide. Along with that, there is presence of a rough ridge and this oblique ridge. This oblique ridge is called as the soleal line, which is seen on the posterior surface. Soleal line arises behind the fibular facet. It runs downwards and medially, and it moves to the medial surface at the junction of upper 1/3 and the middle 1/3 of the shaft. Let's learn about the lower end of tibia. The lower end of tibia bears the 5 surfaces: the anterior surface, the posterior surface, medial surface, lateral surface, and the inferior surface. On the medial side, we can appreciate bony prominence which projects downward. This is nothing but the medial malleolus. Medial malleolus is present at the ankle joint level and it can be palpated as it is present subcutaneously. Back to the topic of surfaces. The anterior surface is smooth, while in its inferior part we can appreciate a groove. Talking about the lateral surface has a notch. This is the fibular notch. The upper part is roughened while the lower part is smooth, and the lower part articulates with the fibula bone. Talking about the posterior surface is a small surface compared to the anterior surface. The medial surface continues downward as the medial malleolus, and it is also present subcutaneously. Now let's appreciate the lower surface. The lower surface is articular in nature and it articulates with the talus bone forming the ankle joint. The articular surface is present on the medial side also over the medial malleolus.